Lads, welcome back to the Kossi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal are back in Madrid, and this time we want to. Now, obviously, we have gone to Madrid before in January to fix our squad. You remember Odegaard? You remember Dani Ceballos? You remember, I think, Denis Suarez was from Barcelona. So we've gone to Spain on a couple of occasions before to fix our squad in January, especially when things are not going well. Arsenal are trying to go back to Real Madrid to get two players that are not playing at the moment, but could be valuable for us in positions that are lacking and need reinforcement. One is in midfield and one is in attack. Now, I want your thoughts right about now. Which players would you get from Madrid on loan? It's strictly on loan right now. I mean, there is Arda Güler there is Endrick there, who's not playing football as well. Dani Ceballos is also there as well. Which players would you get from Madrid? Let me know. I mean, Madrid has just become like a lifesaver for Arsenal. Whenever we need something in January, a quick fix, we turn there. And we almost signed Ceballos on a permanent, but we made their wonder kid Martin Odegaard our captain years later on. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's dive into these wonder kids that Madrid are trying to find game time for. One of them is Arda Güler. So let's start off with Arda Güler. Arda Güler is a player that Arsenal have been linked with for quite some time, and I think Arda Güler is going to go down the same path as Martin Odegaard. Now, what Madrid have done is very impressive. Going out there in these different countries, down in the Copa America, and getting very good talents and then developing them into dangerous footballers. Rodrigo is one of them. Vinicius Jr. is the other. They did the same with Casemiro, Valverde as well. I think they've done really, really well in grooming young players. But also, as part of that strategy, a lot of players are dying. A lot of talents are not getting game time. So this is the same thing that happened with Martin Odegaard. They signed him at the age of 16, and all of us thought Odegaard is going to be the next big thing at Real Madrid. But there was no clear pathway for him. And I think it's the same thing with Arda Güler. When you look at Güler, you think he is a natural successor to either Toni Kroos or Luka Modric. And that is not even overhyping. The boy is really, really talented. There's a real talent in there. You can play him in the number 10. You can play him in that right midfield position, left midfield position, and he can do a good job. We saw him for Turkey at the Euros. Superb, superb, superb. But when you think about Real Madrid right now, yes, Kroos is gone. Yes, Modric is going. And Casemiro is gone. But then you have Aurelien Tchouameni, you have Camavinga, you have Jude Bellingham, you have Fede Valverde, and all these players are ahead of Arda Güler. Now, of course, he's got to be able to compete with them, but I think it's just too much clog in front of him in his pathway, and he needs game time, and he's not getting that game time regularly. So for me, Arsenal looking at Arda Güler is not a surprise. I wasn't surprised. This is a player we wanted before Madrid signed him. This is a player we wanted. We were battling Bayern. We were battling Madrid. We were battling Barcelona. That midfield position, that midfield at Arsenal lacks something. It lacks a player that doesn't care. And I think all of our players, including our manager, care too much. And it's okay, because when you have midfielders that care, you don't lose the ball a lot of the time. That allows you to most predominantly have the ball, and that means you're conceding less goals and less chances as well. But that also means that at some point in time, your squad becomes kind of like docile. Your attack becomes docile. And I think our attack is kind of docile. It's I don't know the right word I would use. It's so rubbish. I mean, it's garbage going forward. really. So Arda Güler would be that kind of guy, young, wants to prove himself. He comes in and he doesn't care. He's gonna have a shot. He's gonna have, he's gonna try to thread it through to Kai Havertz, to Saka, to anyone. I think Odegaard is a very good player. I think he's a top player. But the problem with him, he cares too much. He cares too much about not losing the ball. He cares too much about let's stay in possession. That's not a bad trait. That's a very good play, especially for a very good trait, especially for a captain. But we are a title challenging team, and title challenging teams, they create chances through risk. I mean, football is like investment, by the way. It's like trying to get rich, but then staying conservative. There is no way you're gonna be rich. If you wanna be rich, you're gonna be innovative, inventive, and a risk taker. And Liverpool, I was watching the game against West Ham. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I mean, we beat West Ham 5-2, right? A penalty was there, a header as well. I think we had like 3 goals from set plays. That is okay, that's good. Liverpool, Salah alone had like 5 great goal scoring opportunities, 1v1 with the goalkeeper. You know what that means? That means that whenever you try to create a chance, you risk losing the ball. And why Liverpool have gone wherever they've gone is they just don't care. They just don't give up. They just don't care. They're like, if we lose the ball, we will try to get it again, right? That's why Gravenberch's there. That's why McAllister is there. That's why we have a 75 million pound centre back in Virgil van Dijk, and it works, right? So if you have Saliba, and we are saying Saliba is one of the best centre backs in the world, and we have Gabriel, who is one of the best centre backs this season, and we have Declan Rice 100 million, and we have Partey, one of the best DMs in the world, can we start taking risks regardless of whether we are going to lose the ball, because we have ball winners in that squad, in that team? So that's why I would like to see Arda Güler. He's a player that I think is desperate for game time. Madrid would like to get him some game time. And obviously, Madrid have worked with Arsenal before. We've worked together on the Martin Odegaard deal, on the Dennis Ceballos deal. I don't think Madrid were treated any poorly or badly, and Arsenal either. So we can still do business. So the other player that Arsenal are linked with, I don't know whether this is like Arsenal's interest or we are just linked with the guy because he's not playing. It's your wonder kid, Endrick. Okay. Now, I am desperate for a forward, right? Like a forward player. I've talked about Semenyo. I've talked about Mbeumo. I've talked about Muani, Rashford. I would take Rashford every single day over this guy, Endrick. Like, I don't know what Endrick is all about. I really don't know what Endrick is all about. They say he's a number 9. Guy just doesn't strike me like a guy that has got instincts of a number 9. Now, if I say this in 2024, December, and in 2025, he becomes the hottest prospect on the market, or the hottest guy here in Europe, well and good. I mean, mistakes are there to be done, to be made. But Endrick, for me, no. Like, I don't see value there. I don't see value. It's either I don't see the value that Madrid saw in signing Endrick, or there is no value. I mean, this is a guy that, like, 75 million. Endrick, 75 million. Endrick costs double the price of Martin Odegaard. Endrick costs more than William Saliba. Endrick costs more. Like, I can go on and on and on. There is no value there for me. There's no value. And I don't want to be negative here. If Arsenal wants Endrick, let's go on board that ship and see where it goes. But for me, with Endrick, I have Evan Ferguson who can do that. We have Muani. We have Rashford. I think there's so many other options apart from Endrick, right? But that Madrid duo linked with Arsenal this early morning. Wanted to share that, and then we'll talk more. We'll talk more later on. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, Ciao.